one is ever going to let him forget it. Certainly not today's group. Yes, today they're close to my age, women who clearly grew up watching the show in its first run. But the ages vary. I've seen much younger women who were not born when the show first aired, the rerun generation, staring at Dean with the same breathless, elated look. It's him, the man they've adored since girlhood, their first love. Dean, possessed of an iron determination to remain gracious no matter how embarrassing the situation, nods and smiles. He has always been great with the fans, charming, patient, happy to answer seemingly any question, modest and unfazed by the fuss people make over him. Except when this happens. Slowly the color rises up from his neck into his face. Being fair-skinned as he is, there's just no hiding it. Then some of the women sigh and begin to blurt out things like, "He's still gorgeous." And once again, Dean Butler blushes. Not just slight pink either. I've seen the poor man go red as a beet. Of course, this only drives the women crazier. I myself am always torn between feeling my heart break in sympathy for him and laughing hysterically. But I have to ask, who is this man who, after 50 years since the run of our show, can inspire such adoration? And who is this man who, after all these years of this sort of carrying on, is still modest enough to blush? Can he really be that innocent? He certainly was when I met him way back in 1979. He joined our cast to play the long-awaited husband of Laura Ingalls. I'm not sure we really gave him a proper welcome. I feel kind of bad about that now. Sorry, Dean. But Melissa Gilbert and I were, well, a couple of snotty teenage girls. Teenage girls who had grown up in Hollywood, in show business families at that. And Dean hadn't. He was new to the business, and to us seemingly new to planet Earth. Although he was several years older than us, he seemed younger somehow. Sadly, I have to say, we kind of gave him the air back then, rolling our eyes at his wide-eyed naivete. Now, of course, it's been talked about endlessly that Melissa G., at the time, was terribly freaked out about having to kiss Dean. As experienced as she was in Hollywood and show business, at 15 she was still completely inexperienced when it came to boys. Also, her mom insisted on watching. Ew. But to me, it seemed they could not have picked a less threatening, more innocent and adorable creature to do the job. I didn't know that he'd already played the boyfriend in the TV movie of Judy Blume's Forever. It was as if he was destined to be everybody's first love. Years later, I noticed this pattern. I asked him about it. Let me see if I have this right. You were Michael in Forever, Almanzo on Little House, then Gidget's Moondoggie, Buffy the Vampire Slayer's dad, and then you went to Broadway where you were Rapunzel's prince? You were the guy, the primary male relationship to all of these beloved female characters. That's a rather oddly specific career trajectory, don't you think? Was this a plan? He assured me it wasn't. I believe him. Who would come up with a crafty scheme to steal girls' hearts like that? Certainly not this guy. But how has he managed to remain unsullied by Hollywood, still able to approach the world with a little bit of that wide-eyed wonder we saw all those years ago? Now, you finally get to find out. I can tell you this book is a great listen. But, shh, don't tell Dean I said that. He'll just blush. Allison Arngrim. Introduction. Prairie Man begins. It's raining hard outside. Southern California is on the receiving end of an unusual and intense atmospheric river. Even if it wasn't time to write, the patter of the rain on the roof might wake me up. But it is time to write. It is precisely 5:16 a.m. on Tuesday, January 10th, 2023. I'm in front of my computer, ready to begin a new adventure. The house
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.